welcome back to the channel there, Papa's Posse. And once again, it's time for Papa's comic books and coffee. Okay, are we ready for today's reading? Here we go. Ooh, you look at that. The Joker, also featuring Punchline. This is number 14. It was $5.99 way back in 2022. This is Chapter 20, The Banes of Our Existence. This is by Parknadel and Georgie V. Now don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Hit that subscribe button down below. That really helps me out. I really hope you do that, as well as hitting that like button. And leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you thought. Tell me what you want to hear next. If it's in my library, I'll give it my best shot to get it on. All right, let's see what the Joker has to say. Chapter 20, The Banes of Our Existence. Mr. Gordon? It's good to see you, Isabella. You will address me as Chief Detective Hallows, please. Chief Detective Hallows? You were at the Sampson family compound in Hooper County, Texas 3 weeks ago. Yes, I was there. What happened there? I wasn't there for what happened. I arrived after the chaos. I found Sawyer and Vicky Sampson in the mansion safe room, but once I realized what they had been cooking at the site, I called the local authorities. How did you know the Sampsons were cannibals? I saw what was on their plates. I saw what was on their grill. So did you. So did half the damn country. It was all over the news. The Hooper County Massacre. Horrific news out of Hooper County, Texas tonight. I've advised parents to ask their children to leave the room immediately. The following images are not for the faint of heart. The story began at the homestead of the billionaire Sampson family. Press arrived at the scene before the police and captured the images of the unspeakable carnage they found within. The Sampson dinner party from hell consisted of barbecued human flesh. Police are saying that they have found the remains of 8 distinct human beings, but there is no sign of their true identities. The dishes on elaborate display in the Sampson home are destined to haunt the imagination of the public for decades to come. Ooh, look, a hand, a head, ooh, what the hell, fingers, finger food, oh. But these were not the only bodies discovered at the compound. Nearly 24 members of the Sampson family, blood relations and relations by marriage, were found killed at the scene. There has been some speculation given the scale of the damage that the superhumans may have been involved. When asked for comment, the police were not able to speculate on the identity of the Sampson killers. Sawyer Sampson, philanthropist, family patriarch, and CEO of the Sampson Oil Company, was arrested on site along with his niece, Victoria. We've learned that he shouted at policemen that he would eat them all alive before being placed inside a police vehicle. Is that really what you brought me in to ask? Did you see the mercenary known as Vengeance at the Sampson compound? I did not. One of the surviving Sampsons claimed to have been the original Bane, alive and well, going toe-to-toe with the Vengeance character. I thought Bane was dead. And what about him, Mr. Gordon? What about the Joker? Do not forget that I know that the Joker is you. You've spent the last few months following around the globe. I also know that the Sampsons apprehended Joker in Europe and flew him to Texas, that they planned to cook and eat him. I know the Joker was there when you arrived on the scene, so I'm going to need you to tell me the truth, Jim. Did you kill the Joker? You're dead. No, daughter, I'm alive. Why are you standing in my way? The clown needs to die. I told you no. I don't understand. Ha ha ha, this is great. But I think I've ruined enough family reunions. You're not going anywhere, Joker. Explain yourself. In time, first you'll calm yourself enough to listen. No, I don't accept that. I won't let you take this from me. You have a child's understanding of strength. It makes you weak. Your masters have programmed you well. You think you are resisting that programming, but fulfilling the mission they sent you on. And he stomps on his head. You share my blood. You share my mind. Show me you share my strength, daughter. Pulls her by the back. Your fury makes you mindless. It blinds you to what you can be. Think, daughter. Free your mind. Ooh, Jurassic League, instead of Justice League. I don't know what the blah blah is happening, but I love it. You want to put some money on it, Jimbo? See which Bane makes it out alive? I've already made my bet. You have, haven't you? You made some kind of murky, horrible deal, didn't you? Something you're never going to be able to live with. Ha ha ha. I told you, Jim. I told you I was going to win. Shut up and come with me. It's always strange coming back to Gotham City. Barbara told me once that she thought it felt like the opposite of waking up from a bad dream. It's like waking up back into a nightmare you've had many times before. Suddenly you have to remember all of these little details you don't have to remember anywhere else. Just keep yourself safe walking down the street. There's a shock in the recognition of how much strangeness you need to hold in your mind just to function. But comfort follows quick at the end of the day. This has been my home for a better part of my adult life. The madness subsides, and the city comes into focus. Gotham never really changes. It tries sometimes, but it never takes. I spent a few days when I got home flipping through newspapers to see everything I'd missed. I read about Scarecrow, about Simon Saint, about failed magistrate project, but it's already receding into the deep memory of the city. I only let the fact shock me. I had heard rumblings about a tower they'd been building in Midtown just after A Day. A debate about whether to repurpose the Arkham name, to reclaim it in the name of healing. I thought for a moment that cooler heads would prevail, that they'd let it sit rotting as the scar as it is on the city. But no, Arkham Tower is already gone to hell from what I hear. And now it stands where you can't look away from it, burned into the skyline, a beacon of madness and horror. There are too many fools in Gotham who think they can control the dark nature of this city, but it never stops telling you exactly what it is. They let the Joker's mass-murdering girlfriend walk free, declared innocent in a court of law. It's easy to let the dark nature in. If you let it, it wants you to let it in. It tempts you and pushes you to succumb to its worst self. Okay. And I'd by lying if I said it didn't feel good to let it in every now and then. But a teenage boy isn't who you're angry with, is it, Jim? Is it even a clown anymore? After everything that's happened, everything you've let yourself become. He has to think about it. Let's go with a boy. As he leaves, the clowns laugh at him. When's the last time you've heard him laughing in the back of your mind? And why do you miss it? Barbara. Hey, Dad. Have you forgiven me yet? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not ready to. It's fine. I don't need you to pretend. We can talk when you're ready. I still wanted to give you a heads up. He knows. I guess I knew that was coming. I love you, Barbara. I love you too, Dad. Like I said, it's strange to be home. I think back to the old days in old apartments. I think of Barbara and James, of climbing the ladder from lieutenant to captain to commissioner. I wonder if the young idealistic man who came to Gotham all those years ago could ever forgive me for what I've done. I have, Joker. He's still alive for now. Jimbo, you've gotten so serious. I love it. Any sign of Sawyer Sampson? It seems like they're in the safe room. The encryption is difficult, but I assure you, the Court of Owls has more advanced technology. Oh, wow! Teaming up with Bane and the Court of Owls? Is Riddler here too? Two-Face? That weird old guy in the green cape? Condiment King? How many Batman baddies did you get in on your big scheme? I told you. Shut up. And hits in the back of the head. I guess the rest of them, but what's your deal, lady? Why do you want to kill me? I don't care about you at all, Joker. I find you distasteful, but that's about it. Years ago, my father was the Grand Master of the Court of Owls. Then he was overthrown. He tried to get that power back once and partnered with Bane to do it, and it failed. I spent years of my life in hiding, terrified of the owls and of the global network of criminal organizations, protecting them, keeping them hidden. I dreamed of tearing them apart, down, but I knew I couldn't do it alone. I needed to force someone's hand to act. While my father had run the court, he had paid close attention to the network's new cloning projections. He thought it might be a valuable resource for creating new talents. But the generals of Santa Prisca, they bid higher. They wanted it more. They had tried to control Bane through mental conditioning, but he was too strong for them. Now they wanted him dead, martyred, and they wanted new Bane they could control. So they designed one in a test tube project, Vengeance, the daughter of Bane. Once he was off the board, they would debut her to the world. I had dangerous secret information about how the world worked, but I needed a plan to draw them out of the shadows. I knew who had the mind to concoct such a plan. Bane's plan needed a scapegoat, and he had a grudge he was nursing. One that would let me get the Court of Owls to buy into and implicate them all of this. You are the perfect chaos agent, the one who would bring all the sins of the network to surface. I want the court to fall. I want the network that protects it to come tumbling down too. Bane wants his blood out of the hands of the captors and wants to tear down the system that has kept them in power for so long. And how about you, Jimbo? What do you want? It takes me a while to figure out that I'm being honest, but it all keeps coming back to a night in an old cop bar in Chicago, back when I was a kid, just starting off in the force. He told me about the night he second-guessed himself and let a truly evil man slip through his fingers, and he told me that if I were ever in the same situation, I shouldn't think twice. That when I saw evil, I should aim for the head. Oh, somebody came in. Got some whiskeys, 2 glasses. That's Jimbo right there. Come on, you don't need to play it that way. Just come out and we can have a conversation. No, Jim, this isn't a conversation. I need you to answer one thing and one thing only. The Joker. Where is the Joker? To be continued? To be concluded. Cruel and unusual, that's how the Army described Madison's treatment of her captors. At her debriefing, she was urged into exhaustive detail about everything she endured after the ambush. She couldn't. All she remembered were the small kindness. A sip of cola, a pull of the cigarette, a drop of oil on her lips when they cracked and bled. Her life, they assured her, was right where she'd left it, but it felt like someone else's. Hector moved out within weeks of her return. He said he couldn't be with her, with someone who'd forgotten how to laugh. The VA and the Wayne Foundation tried to help, but she had simply left too many pieces of herself over there. The streets welcomed what was left. She searched high and low for her laugh, convinced it was the key to her salvation. But it was never in any of the promised places. Until one day, a laugh found her. Brooding, really? Gotham City during the Joker War, 941. I thought that was Batman's thing. Not brooding, Punchline, waiting. I sent him an invitation in madness and flame, but he never RSVP'd. He's vulgar like that. You've outgrown him. There's only an ironess purer than you, and that's God. You're sweet, Harles. Thought there was something behind the laughter, too, for a while. That blah, 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 snowflake. Or perhaps she's one of my more delectable ironies. We need to be so very careful when we make our monsters, don't you agree? Fan mail? For you, from the looks of things, if it's pie, you will share, won't you, dear? I have to step out for a minute, so I got your message. The Bowery, 10:23 p.m. But you're going to wish it I hadn't. You think this is some big gotcha moment, You think I give a frosted blah blah if anybody knows who I am. Madison's face aches from waiting. Hey, Gotham! My name is Alexis K. I tested bootleg Joker neurotoxin on a bunch of bums right here in this stinky alley. A good time was had by all. She wanted to send her gift to the painted girl months ago, but the timing just wasn't right. It had to be sent on a night of candied chaos when hierarchies are inverted and the clown is queen. Tonight, breaks through the rope. Tonight is carnival. Tonight clowns can grant titles and dispensations. They all died smiling, and you are so very welcome. But Madison doesn't want anything so grand as that. Oh no. She just wants a laugh. Phew, there you are. There you are. Madison said you'd come and put on a show, and you came. You heard her. Don't keep us waiting. So that's what this is about, huh? Some thrift store wannabe wants the shot at the throne? Madison takes a beat to admire the audacity of her design. She has pulled off the impossible. The painted girl, the one with laughter in her pockets, is here. Come on then, you blah blah tourist. Debate me, as is a receptive audience. Batman, Flashpoint. Batman! Do you have any idea who I am? Of course, Madison knows. He is the clown queen, walking abroad among her subjects on the night of gaiety and knives. Bravo, ha, Anuzia, and Madison will have her blessing. One way or another, stop laughing. Don't you frickin' laugh at me. Stage fright can afflict even the most seasoned performers. How are you still standing? The painted girl is no exception. No. So she flees, taking her precious laughter with her. Unacceptable! He grabs her. The audience leaves in disgust. Madison can't blame them. Ugh. Queen or not, a clown is only as ever good as their last performance. But Madison also knows that the finest routines can't be rushed. Anuza. Well, wait, I know her. You were here that night. I made you, and at last the painted girl is in on the joke. If there was a lesson to be learned from Madison's time in captivity, it was simply this. Please tell me, Anuza. Another joke. You mean this Joker toxin? Is this what you not want? Cruelty. There's nothing unusual about cruelty. Cruelty, she learned, is the wallpaper of the world, and unobtrusive as beggar in a doorway. Okay, gorgeous, but you owe me. Kindness, on the other hand. Thank you. Kindness is a blue moon, a ghost orchid, shatteringly rare, but impossible to ignore. Look me up if you survive, and impossible to forget. Knock, knock. Poison ivy, poison ivy. Punchline. Okay, The Joker, number 14. I hope you enjoyed that book. Don't forget, now this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. Give me a like if you don't mind. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you want to hear later on. If it's in my library, you know I'm going to do my best to try to get it on for you. But as the Joker and Batman and Punchline always say,
that was easy.
And until next time, Papa is out.